Coping and soothing tools for sadness is the content of this video. So first, I would say that sometimes affirmations can be helpful, and I'm going to suggest one. If you don't like affirmations, that is fine, just ignore this part. Or if you are curious about affirmations, then have a look at the affirmations video where I go in depth about the way I use affirmations from the ground up, so that we don't invalidate and gaslight ourselves. But we can also use affirmations in a way that isn't toxic positivity and that is actually beneficial to us in the long run, and in rewiring our new neural networks so that we can step away from sadness and into a more fulfilling life. First, we're going to take some deep breaths, and we're going to breathe in for approximately 4 seconds and out for approximately 6. Do what feels comfortable to your body over what I'm suggesting. This is just what I feel is comfortable to me. So on my count, breathe in, 2, 3, 4, out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, in, 2, 3, 4, out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and in, 2, 3, 4, out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and stop. And feel yourself release some of that tension, some of that sadness from the weight of your shoulders, and feel some of that tension lift slightly. Hopefully it has. Next, we're going to do the somatic hug. Before we do the somatic hug, what I'm going to say is that it can be both comforting and soothing, but it can also be a release for the sadness. So don't be surprised if you have a wash of emotion come over you at the relief of the comfort, and feel a sense of needing to maybe shed a few tears. It's not uncommon for that to happen. So you're going to take your right hand and put it under your left armpit, and you're going to take your left hand and put it over your right arm, and you're going to squeeze. And if you need to rock. Imagine that you're comforting a child. Adult you now is, or teen you, is supporting the inner child version of you, the part of you that feels wounded and in need of comfort. So you are squeezing, not too hard, just enough. You can rock this way if that's helpful. You can rub if that's helpful. Or perhaps you just want to hold that position and imagining yourself giving you that hug, that comfort that you're really needing right now. To have that pause from everything and maybe take another few deep breaths, slow deep breaths in and out. Now you can stay in the somatic hug for the rest of this video if you would like, or you can release it if you feel like you would like to release it. And now we're going to ask a few questions for your reflection. What is the sadness telling you? Is there anything about the sadness right now that is signalling something to you? Sure, it might be that you're sad about something in particular, but is there anything about your self-care needs, anything about your boundaries that would help you to feel a little bit more protected and secure and comforted by yourself, for yourself? And when it comes to other people and situations like the one you find yourself in now that has led to you feeling sad. Thinking about how you were giving yourself comfort as if you're an adult comforting a child. What do you need to do for yourself right now to ease and soothe that sad feeling, to lift it just a little bit? Not to make it go away necessarily, but what would make it a couple of notches less intense right now? Perhaps having a nap? Perhaps having a nice wholesome meal? Perhaps going for a run? Having a shower? Might you speak to a friend if a friend would? And again, thinking about how you're comforting yourself. How would you speak to a friend right now about what you're sad about? What advice, what comforting words would you give to a friend? And I would like you to spend a moment assuring yourself of those things now. Some of it might not feel true, but the way we speak to ourselves and the way we practice speaking to ourselves has a large impact on the way our mood can shift and change over time. How old do you feel right now while you're feeling sad? What age? And if you imagine that child or teenager, what do they look like? What would they say to you if they could speak? And if you could respond to them with empathy and gentleness, what would you say back? What would you want somebody to have comforted you like when you was that age, feeling those feelings? And say that to yourself now, to that child or that teenage version of you. Reassure them that you're going to be there for them and that you're not going anywhere. Reassure them that you're going to do what they need to feel supported. Other things that might help you to feel soothed and supported while feeling this intense sadness that you are in right now can be aromatherapy. Certain smells can be helpful and soothing. Going out and getting some fresh air might be helpful to clear your head, clear those thoughts away. Have a moment of presence with nature. And the other thing to consider is your boundaries. So how can you change your boundaries right now to make changes in your life, however small, to perhaps move away from the sad circumstances that may have led to you feeling this way? And perhaps have a look at the affirmations video so you can start to perhaps speak to yourself in a more positive tone, again, gradually over time. Turn to this video whenever you need to, and you might also find the meditation video for sadness helpful as well. Thank you for being here, and I will hopefully see you again soon, maybe on some of the more positive videos. Thank you for being here and taking this time to support and be gentle and compassionate with yourself through these intense and difficult feelings.